In our last video, we covered movement in 2D fighters like Street Fighter and KOF. It only makes sense for us to cover 3D fighters next. This is another fighting game tips for beginners. So you've probably been looking at fighters and think that 3D ones look cool. Well, 3D fighters are a little different than 2D fighters, so let's get right into it. Just like with 2D fighters, you can move back and forth by holding left and right on the D-pad, stick, or button. We aren't going to judge hitbox users here. With 3D, we get access to the third dimension. While that doesn't seem like a big deal, it adds a whole new dynamic to the gameplay. You can now walk towards and away from the camera. With new ways to avoid your opponent comes new dangers to watch out for. Most 3D fighters incorporate the environment, be that ring outs or stage transitions. Ring outs are instant losses, regardless of you or your opponent's HP. If you get knocked off, that's GG's, shake my hand. Stage transitions end up as flashy ways to do more damage. Both of these function as rewards for cornering your opponent. Our next tool will help you avoid this. Welcome to sidestepping. To sidestep in newer games like Tekken, all it takes is a tap up or down. You can use this little movement tool to get yourself into or out of trouble. With precise timing, a proper sidestep will avoid incoming attacks and give you a chance to counter with your own. In games like DOA and Virtua Fighter, sidestepping can be a bit more difficult. DOA requires you to press a button and a directional input combination. Virtua Fighter uses 3 buttons and a directional input to activate sidestepping. Dashing works just like you would expect by double tapping forward and back, but most 3D fighters add the ability to run into the mix. Double tap forward and hold to run, similar to anime fighters with the run mechanic. Running can be an effective way to close the distance. Sometimes, you even get access to specific moves that are exclusive to running. Each fighting game has its own quirks and techs, so go play some and get a feel for it. Stay tuned to this video series to see more mechanics that make you better at fighting games.
Round 2. Fight.